probably the most frequent thing we hear in our customer interviews is basically like, if I don't see that purple button at checkout, like, bye-bye. I think we all probably think of POS as like, yeah, you have that beautiful storefront and that permanent setup. And like, that's just not the case. Like, people are selling on the go. Point of sale can happen anywhere.
I'm sure you talk to people using your features every day. What's the missed opportunity? What's the thing where you're like, man, I wish more people would do X? Today in our Additions Spring 2026 series, we continue our deep dives on Shopify feature updates. And joining us to tell us about what's new with Shop is Director of Product for Shop, Kenny Cohen. Kenny, welcome. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Great to be here.
The big one we want to know, give me the high-level overview. What is new with Shop?
Well, there's so much new. There's so much dropping all the time. But the big thing that we're most excited for this edition is Shop Search. So Shop Search is becoming the most personalized shopping assistant, period. Built around your buyer profile, built around everything we've kind of gathered about your interests and intent around using Shop Pay, where you shop, the brands you like, and really creating the best and most personalized shopping search experience around that. So that's the big thing launching, but we're also announcing some cool stuff with retail, new tools for merchants, but I would say agentic search and shop search is one of the most exciting drops.
So, all right, for people who don't know, remind me, redefine for us, reintroduce Shop to us.
Yeah, it's a good question. Shop is Shopify's consumer brand, right? And I would say you can kind of anchor your understanding around some of our hero products, and it will kind of give you a sense for what Shop is. But the two products that probably come most to mind for people are Shop Pay, aka that purple button at checkout, and Track with Shop. And, Shop is basically our opportunity to say, hey, how can we accelerate growth for brands who choose Shopify by reducing friction in things like checkout, by saying like, hey, I actually don't want to fill out a form every time I do this, every time I go to pay, or I really don't want to like create an account all over the place. I kind of want like one convenient account. And merchants benefit from that, reduction in friction. And the other side of this is like, hey, Shopify contains some of the greatest direct-to-consumer brands on the internet. Like, it's awesome if we could have an app where you can discover those brands, connect with them, shop from them in one place, and of course, track your orders. So it all started with like an order tracking thing there, but over time, it's really evolved into end-to-end personalized discovery in a single app. And that's what we've been focused on for quite a while now. So it's really this kind of like ecosystem of features, some of them in the app, some across online stores, that are based around, again, that unified buyer identity.
It's funny, you said, hey, like we're doing these things to reduce friction. It is amazing to me how often people say, like, I'm disappointed when I get on, I go to make a purchase online and it's not Shopify because I don't want to bother with their checkout. Like, just that Shop Pay is so convenient. And I get it, I feel the same way.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the greatest things that we hear, and probably the most frequent thing we hear in our customer interviews is basically like, if I don't see that purple button at checkout, like, bye-bye. I think someone posted a tweet of like the guy ejecting out of a rocket ship that's like, when I don't see Shop Pay at checkout, like that's how I feel. And like, we love hearing that, obviously. I think that's awesome, and that's what it's all about. And it really does come back to like, that's helping merchants win. Like, it means that when you're picking Shop Pay as a payment method at checkout, as a merchant, that like you're bringing some credibility, reduction in friction, and that familiarity to buyers on the other side.
So it sounds like a core goal here of Shop App, of that experience for a customer, is discoverability. And if I'm the merchant, for me, the outcome is I want to be discovered. Bring me new eyeballs, new customers. It sounds like agentic search is the big feature that can help with that, I think. Tell me about it.
Yeah. So we've had a search product for a few years now. So that part of it isn't new. This is really, agentic search is really just an evolution of shop search. And what we realized is that, a lot of times you're looking for something and you don't even necessarily have the words to describe it. It's like, you take a picture of a thing, of a part in your garage or something, and it's like, I don't even know what this is, but I think I need a new one. Or, we were just talking, I'm just had a kid recently, and it's kind of like navigating all these experiences where I am totally clueless on what to buy, and I want something that's kind of can help me guide me through that search process. And The agentic experience is really great for that. It's great for handling things when you don't quite have the words to describe what you need. It can help you do things like finding gifts for people in your family, for people you love. And Shop Search basically isn't just this kind of standard chat interface. It's really built for shopping. It's really built to say like, hey, ultimately at the end of this, we want to help you research and compare products to solve what you're solving for your needs that you're looking for in this moment. But then also over a longer span of time, learn about you and kind of deepen our relationship with you and get more and more personalized of a shopping experience through time. So, it's for those more complicated use cases, but really it's just also like a more efficient way to search because it's highly personalized.
Walk me through an example. Like what you said, it makes sense. It sounds great, but it's abstract. Like let's talk through an example. My wife's birthday's coming up. I got to get her a gift. So I would open Shop and say, hey, I need a birthday gift idea for my wife. And, she loves Barbie and, she's a Barbie collector. Like something to that effect. Help me out.
Yeah. So I want to talk about kind of what's under the hood of this because it's really important. So you're basically looking for a gift for your partner and you kind of have, maybe you've actually bought for them before. Meaning maybe you've shopped, some stuff for yourself, for your studio, your office and everything, right? But then you've actually made other purchases in the past that were kind of like deviated from your standard profile. We're starting to understand like, hey, you might buy for yourself, but you also have a wife and maybe kids. And our understanding of you as a buyer is actually that robust. So we can actually say, hey, we see that you've bought for your wife before. So when you actually enter that search, we'll be like, hey, yeah, I think you said she was into Barbie or something. It's like, yeah, we see that like, you've searched for Barbie things in the past or bought them in the past. Like, does she want to build upon her collection or something like this? Like, does she need the new dollhouse or whatever it is? Or does she want something from the movie that launched a couple years ago, right? So it's actually saying, this isn't the first time that we've talked about this before. It's going to trace back to our understanding of you as a buyer, even those personas of people that you often buy for, and tailor the experience around that, right? In terms of what happens in terms of finding products, we're using our great search, we're using our understanding of merchants' products, the taxonomy, features of those products to best match buyers with things that match their query, right?
It sounds like the magic here, because I could realistically I could do a Google search. My alternative, I could do a Google search. I could ask ChatGPT. But what's different about your solution is it's leveraging first-party data that it already knows about me, and that improves relevance.
Yeah, and that what ties all the way back into Shop Pay and these kind of ecosystem of product. We have Shop Pay, sign in with Shop as well, for those that have seen that. And that's where we're kind of understanding your intent as a buyer. We're seeing where you're shopping, what you're actually buying. And ultimately that funnels down into this kind of single understanding of you as a buyer. And Shop's personalized search is great because of that, right? So we're able to see like, hey, purchases that you've made with Shop Pay, where you're signing in, what you're browsing when you're signed in on online storefronts, and able to stitch that together and build like a pretty robust understanding of you as a buyer. You pair that along with your interactions as a buyer inside of Shop, who you follow, the products that you save and like, and it builds a pretty good understanding of who you are, the brands that you love, your style, your overall vibe. And I think many search products kind of like fail to capture this vibe concept of like you search for new clothes and it's like, yeah, these are like technically white t-shirts, but they're not from the brands that I would ever buy. And we're trying to basically remove those hops to like, how do you actually search for something that matches the vibe of who you are as a buyer? And that vibe, that taste thing is a very hard thing to encode in kind of just pure taxonomy of products, right? It's not about like, yeah, it's technically, the white heavyweight thick t-shirt or whatever. It's like, there's like a cultural element here that I think we're trying to get to say, we can understand these brands that you love to shop for as a buyer, the taste and interest that you have, and what that might lead to in terms of the features that you think are important in the products.
So the very difficult part here is you're trying to teach a computer to make some very subjective decisions. It's not easy. And then to really complicate it, because you want to play this on hard mode, you've got just a massive data set, a huge catalog to go through. I can't conceive of how it works. Like, you must be proud of this because I've played with it. It does work. It does exactly what you say. How? How did you pull this off?
Years. I think part of the answer is like we've been in the game for a long time working on things around product taxonomy and understanding our products, understanding the features of our products. Like this is not like model X launched recently and therefore this all magical thing all appeared. it's been years of work building towards search products, building towards recommendation systems and understanding those products. And then really years of building deep relationships with our buyers and building their trust to understand and shape kind of this personalized experience. And by the way, I think that, we're talking a lot about how this shapes the agentic search product within Shop Search. But something else that's actually launching in additions is sign in with Shop on the catalog API as well, which I think is quite cool because it basically says like you can build on top of Shopify's catalog of products, enable users to sign in with Shop and actually get a similar like personalized experience. And again, it speaks to this like Shop is, you might think of Shop app as the place, the single destination, but it's also this distributed experience that's improving discovery products and discovery experiences wherever, buyers are meeting the products from these great brands.
So other recommendation tools could use the same search and then surface, my Shopify products from my store potentially.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what the catalog API is enabling, which is so cool because you think about how hard as a developer, like I've tried to build apps like years ago that was like commerce marketplace, like commerce discovery and search apps. And like there was never a single endpoint that was just like, hey, can I just have the products from the internet, please? Like that didn't really exist. You know what I mean? And the catalog API makes that possible. And then the catalog API plus Shop makes it possible to, leverage the hundreds of millions of recognized buyers that we have as a part of Shop and build personalized search experiences, anywhere, which is just so cool. Like it's so much easier to build these new search experiences.
So, all right. I love the idea. I want to participate. Am I in it by default? And where do I go if I want to make sure? How do I verify it?
Yeah. So Shopify merchants are basically in the broader catalog largely by default, and Shop consumes that catalog. So by default, you're on. You can go to the agentic channels, kind of sales channel inside of admin and check out your kind of placement. And then Shop channel, so the Shop app channel is a separate app that you can install and kind of personalize your storefront, update the branding, merchandising of your storefront on Shop, and make sure that the presence looks great and matches your brand. So we've in additions past, we've done a lot of work there. We actually have something else launching in this edition, which is posts, where you can go into Shop channel and basically syndicate or post content to your followers or people who love your brand on Shop app as well. So that's another thing dropping.
Yeah, you mentioned a big difference in your view for how, if you're thinking of Shop in comparison to marketplaces, is that retail experience, making it surfacing the individual brand experience to the customer through this marketplace. Other places we don't see that. Shop app is a priority for you. And posts seems like that is supporting that. Tell me about posts. Like in plain terms, am I syndicating a blog post? Is it text? I posted portrait videos? What do I got here?
So you can basically, we know brands are producing great content across media platforms, social platforms all over the place. So we're trying to make it really easy for brands to cross-post content that they're already creating into Shop. And it's really about storytelling, about your brand, about your products, why you made them, why you think they're great for buyers. And it helps, again, bring some richness and depth to the buyer experience. We're trying to help buyers understand who they're buying from. We're trying to help them learn about the products and really fall in love with products. And sometimes it's hard to do that when you just look at, a little square ratio thing of, a great pair of shoes. It's like, there's only so much that you can do there as a buyer. It's like, are these for me? Like, what's the vibe kind of thing? So you can basically post videos and into posts. That's what they are. And then you can also connect to Instagram and actually automatically cross-post Instagram.
Oh, wow.
As well. Yeah.
That's really convenient. Because that's where this content's getting posted to begin with anyway. And so if I could cross-post it into this app, into Shop, excellent. We're really extending the storytelling we could do as the brand inside Shop. That's cool. That's powerful.
100%. And again, it just helps bring your brand to life. Like you can only do so much vis-a-vis looking at, flat products. And I think it's a great buyer experience, and we're seeing really good results from brands that have adopted it early. So that's great to see.
The other additions, announcements that we've gone over as part of the series are retail updates. And retail, it's getting faster. It's got new features. Shop, does it have any tie-ins to retail, to POS?
Yeah, there's a lot of great work happening to kind of better integrate the retail experience into Shop. I think this is another good example where it's really about the ecosystem and how it all works together and is unified. I think like unification, just doing those kind of like boring things right, where like, if you have retail locations set up properly now in Shopify's admin, now when you're shopping in the Shop app on the product detail page, you actually see real-time availability of products connected to those retail locations. So just one of those basics, like it all just kind of talks to each other and works together really well, things that now actually is going to work. And the other big thing is related to the order tracking experience, which is returns. So now you can actually go into the Shop app, initiate a return, choose a drop-off location that's nearby you, show up to the store, open the Shop app, scan a QR code at POS, and go on your way. And it's just a better experience for people working at the store, better experience for you as a buyer to find that like, what, I actually can just like go to the store and drop this off. And again, it creates that real world connection between buyers and brands.
If I'm the customer, me personally, but I'm sure other people feel the same way. I don't want to have to mail my return back if I don't have to. I would prefer to go do it in store if I can. And having this and the way it's been set up and making it accessible to really retailers of any size, incredible because of the level of professionalism I can add and offer now by using this system, as opposed to in the past, this would be a much bigger, more difficult, more expensive thing to implement that might exclude smaller retailers. Here, it's just going to work. I think that's great. And then the setup for that, I'm doing it in my Shopify admin with my store locations.
Correct.
Okay. Is setting this up like a series of checkboxes? It seems like it's easy.
It's easy. There's actually a new kind of like sales in person setting on retail stores. So you might have a physical location that actually doesn't have inventory. So as long as you have that sales in person, inventory will become discoverable in surfaces.
All right. If I don't have any physical location, I just want to clarify this. If I don't have a physical location, this may seem like it doesn't apply to you, but for sure we have seen people leverage POS, Shopify retail POS, for all kinds of pop-up and in-person events. My point is you don't have to sign a lease to take advantage of these features.
Yeah, I think we all probably think of POS as like, yeah, you have that beautiful storefront and that permanent setup. And like, that's just not the case. Like people are selling on the go. You make that really convenient now. So, point of sale can happen anywhere.
So, okay, bigger picture, you've got these three features. What is, for you, what's the theme here?
Ultimately, like we just want Shop to be the best shopping destination in the world. It's kind of that simple. And that kind of encapsulates the whole end-to-end experience of shopping is about discovery and finding great things, and sometimes finding things when you don't have the words, and creating even more and more personalized experience. I think that's becoming just a baseline expectation of commerce really as a buyer. And then all the way in towards those kind of like seamless, remove friction things like, hey, let's make it easier to return. And so to me, being the best shopping destination isn't just about discovery, or it isn't just about the order tracking and post-purchase experience. It's about being that one place that can kind of stitch together the whole commerce journey end to end and make something that's easy, delightful, frictionless as a buyer. And then, as a brand, it helps you as a merchant show up really, really well and just kind of build trust between you and the buyers who choose to buy from you.
I think Shop is such a great opportunity that is available to anyone that already has a presence on Shopify, that it's worth investing in and playing with and reviewing and like taking advantage of these features and using posts, because it is a sales channel. And in most of the client retainer stores we work on, when they opt into it, it generates sales. It's there, it's real, there are people using it. Kenny, help me understand the opportunity here for folks.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I think people don't understand how kind of at scale the order tracking and post-purchase experience already is. I think on one of your previous episodes, you were talking about the difficulty of organic search, the drop in organic search and discovery of brands, right?
Right.
And this is a channel where your buyers are already interacting with your content for free in droves. And we have hundreds of millions of active Shop users. So they're already interacting with your brand and they want to continue discovery. Like buyers want to continue shopping. They want to use this purchase to fuel the next one and find the next relevant product. So, I mean, that's ultimately already happening. Like that interaction between buyers and your brand. And I think it's on brands to just kind of take advantage of that and say like, hey, how can I optimize my presence here? How can I connect with those customers how can I use posts and put engaging content in front of them so they can ultimately discover more and more of my catalog.
It's been so fun to watch this app grow and become what it is. I'm sure you talk to people, using your features every day. What's the missed opportunity? What's the thing where you're like, man, I wish more people would do X?
I think especially coming out of this editions, go use posts. It's an amazing way to reach buyers who are already discovering your brand. Use it as an opportunity to tell the story of your products, tell the story of your brand. Why did you get started? Why did you make this product? Who's it for? What's it amazing at? And the beautiful thing is you can, of course, go in and kind of craft posts that are dedicated to Shop. But you can also actually connect us to Instagram, and you do that once and it will cross-post into Shop going forward. So all of your reels and future posts will find the right customer inside of Shop, in an app where they're actually intending to shop and discover content, right? So it's not pure kind of like entertainment. It's really users who are here to shop and using this content that you're already producing to, improve conversion and just improve their understanding of your products.
And that's a part I don't think we made clear enough. Intent. If I go into Instagram, I want to see updates from, my friends, from my family, from brands I like. I don't necessarily want to be sold to. And it's, inherently it is interruption marketing, classic interruption marketing. Versus when I go to a marketplace, Shop is a marketplace. I am much higher intent. I'm not there to scroll, to do doom scrolling. I'm there because I'm interested in shopping. I'm raising my hand and say, hey, and I've already got my payment method, etc. It makes it much easier, to convert and sell to those customers, especially when you can engage in and make them feel something. And that's what the content and the posts do. Okay. Oh, I'm sold. I want to see posts in action. I want to play with it. I'm getting excited.
Open it up. This one's already live. You can check it out. Scroll through your feed on Shop and you'll start to see brands already taking advantage of it and seeing some really good results.
And then to turn it on, I go in my Shopify admin. Where do I go?
So if you go to Shopify admin, check out the Shop sales channel. And there's a new tab within the Shop sales channel just called posts. And you can go set everything up there.
That's what I'm about to go do. As soon as we get off the call, I'm going to go play with that. Kenny Cohen, Shopify. Thank you so much for sharing this with me.